I had dorm mates, which are like they thought it'd be funny to eat because they got like a box of them for free or whatever to eat 7 Quiff bars and see who could last longest.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Don't underestimate the boredom and idiocy of college guys in the dorm.
Jesus.
The tall Indian guy won, by the way. My man Shiv.
Were we going to do investigation before they showed up, just because like time, or were we just gonna wait for everyone to be here?
I mean, how long was the longest person coming? It was like 40
minutes.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not terrible, but
It's
how critical
the sun's
time
already
are
set
we?
anyway.
Yeah.
It's
a couple hours away.
Oh, okay.
It's like on the horizon.
We still got at least an hour, maybe. Right?
Yeah.
Remember you saying a couple hours at the start, at least.
A couple hours
really
thereabouts, I said. So
Yeah.
maybe like an hour 40, but I'm not gonna get too nuanced on it.
Yeah. So we've got some daylight to work with. Not a lot, but some.
So is it?
If there's no clear plan, then I guess Silas would just wait.
Yeah.
Play a little bit of music, make hopefully try to make the tension a little bit less. I imagine there's a lot of tension right now.
Yeah.
Silas starts playing music. Does it sound different than usual?
Yeah,
I don't know. Why don't you insight?
I imagine you guys are all in various states of tension on the situation. Some of you might be pacing around. Some of you might be calmly just awaiting like the arrival of everyone. Some of you might be like Zol, who sat in the corner like Ray, like a fucking trapped animal.
You know, I actually did think of something. Because when Morgan was near the thing, with her blind sense, the thing felt different. So could she, in that time, not like I guess pace, because that would be too anxious looking, but like we have 40 minutes. Do you have the capability to like get within 10 feet of people to see if anyone, not pings, but seems off?
Everyone's normal.
Okay.
Nothing crazy.
About to be expected. Would this thing have the capability to, like, mimic a heartbeat? Imagine. Could you try doing, like, a medicine check to see if everyone... If, like, pulse and breathing and everything seems, like, normal? Not just like,
Do you
you have a heartbeat
in medicine?
Like, I don't know. She does. She doesn't.
No. No. You would have no basis to like judge that, given how drastically different everyone's builds here are.
Yeah. Sure. She'll just take a short rest then.
Get a short rest in.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, get my inspirations back.
Hey.
You guys take a rest, and soon enough, people begin filtering back in, shuffling back. Amber does look a bit peeved when she comes back, and Lizzie looks pretty amused by her peeving. And she just sort of goes up to... Who's the person that sent the sending? Did you just sending Amber, or do you guys do some other method?
I think that's the only way to contact Amber, right?
Yeah.
Right, because the corsages were between these two groups.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys sending Amber...
Celine is too far for the corsages, right? So
that's a good point, yeah.
Yeah, you have to be within like 1,000 feet of her or something. We're a little far.
You're right. So yeah, I guess Amber would go over to Silas. Alright. Why'd you guys call us back? You know, we're sort of
The
in the
other crew
middle of
still
doing something.
The other crew still hasn't come back yet, right?
These ones are the first ones back, as I said.
Mm-hmm.
I was just double checking. It's... I think we're waiting for the other group to come back before we explain what happened.
She squints her eyes. You guys better have a really good fucking reason to be wasting our times.
I definitely think it is. Hang tight. I think the other group's going to be here soon.
Fine. She leaves and goes over to her sister.
As she's
Goodbye.
walking away, Saz would say, "We wouldn't call you if it wasn't important."
She looks
There
over
you
her
go.
shoulder at you with this sort of extra out look on her face. Emma.
Saz just gives her a look back that says, "Please, come
She
on."
looks at you, Cigar. What?
Stay on your guard.
She quirks an eyebrow at that.
Even here.
Alright. She goes back to walking towards her sister, but with a little less, I don't know, energy.
Gusto.
More suspiciously now.
No, probably transferring energy to stay on guard as opposed to just fucking around.
What a logical deduction. Good job. So, eventually the other crew does return back. They smell not like shit, but adjacent.
Adjacent.
I mean, yeah.
Considering where
in
they
the
were.
shitholes.
Funnily enough, every single person you send does not give a shit.
Yeah.
Man, I smell
Like-
terrible. Anyways.
Yeah. Well,
Oscar was like, good, this will hide our scent. Ajax was like, good, this will hide our scent.
Camouflage.
I've fallen asleep in worse than this.
All we would have had to do is send Zal, and we would have.
It would have been.
Yeah.
Would've,
He's the only one that cares. Like, damn, we smell like shit.
Eco 4. Yeah. Anyways.
oh, that's just.
So they return back.
The Brown
Again, they
Brigade.
don't smell like shit, but it's like it's lingered upon them clearly.
Mhm.
It works with 5 too.
lovely.
They come back
like on
smelling
their boots or
vaguely of
something.
shit. We're like, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
I mean, those suits are, but yeah, don't look breathable. So I mean, you know.
Well,
They're sealed.
in the case for Oscar and Ajax, it is a closed system. Twinsian gear tends to be closed system.
Mhm.
Anyways, so they return back, and Vaso, I guess, as a B team lead over there, just sort of like goes over to, I guess, against once again to see you size, so shoot the messenger.
Oh no!
Well, for
Is everything
Vaso, he would have gotten descending from our Nexus aspect.
Oh, okay. Who's the one that sent it?
I
Probably
guess
Alexander.
Alexander.
Okay, then he'll go to Alexander. You're spared this time. Then the second Vaso showed. No, I was kidding. So he goes over to you, Alexander. Is everything alright?
as he's approaching, I'll hold up a hand once he gets within 5 feet of me. Like, that's far enough.
He tilts his head at that. Take that as a no then.
Go around camp, gather everyone up. Align if you can.
Easy enough. He just turns on his heel and whistles. Like, he pulls up his visor and whistles. Everyone line up. Some people are quick to do it, the more like paramilitary, military trained people. Others are like, bro, what does he want?
It's like we're back in school.
But everyone does line up, some more begrudging than others.
And as they start to line up, Alexander will indicate, you do, Vaso.
He was already joining the line.
Oh, okay. The only person
knows
he
who's
won't have line up is
Himself?
Benson, sort of at his right hand.
Oh no.
Do any of you not line up?
I feel like it would take us a minute, but just to
Yeah.
look at you and be like, alright.
Yeah, I think I just
Morgan
like,
definitely-
what the fuck?
What? Morgan definitely recognizes that Silas and Morgan were alone with those things for a period of time, so it's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna line up.
Here's
Well,
the
there's
thing.
triple bluff.
There he is.
So I was just gonna stand next to you.
From Alexander's point of view, at least once since we entered town, every single one of you has been out of his direct line of sight. Who knows? Maybe that's all the thing needs.
Yeah.
Sajar wasn't, I believe.
No, he stays
Oh,
put.
right hand.
Where is that?
Yeah, Sajar hasn't left her line of sight.
I mean,
yeah, 'cause we went to town
when we
together.
were at the confectionery last session, Sajar stayed outside.
But it's like a
And
glass
Alcyon went
window.
upstairs.
so-
Yeah. Oh, Alcyon went upstairs.
But then he
no,
also
that's
went
romantic.
upstairs.
He went
yeah.
upstairs,
Yeah.
to be fair. So if we're talking only about Alessandra's
You know what?
line of sight,
If-
then
I'll say if Sajara stays put, Alessandra will look at him, and you see he kind of like squares up for a moment as his hand goes up to his earring, and you get a message in your head, Sajar, as he says, "He's
Colonel.
fine."
Sorry.
God.
Is that you?
Fucking Alessandra like looks up, goes, "What?" And we're all like, "Yeah, get him!"
What do you send him?
You get a message saying, "What do we find in the safe at your home?"
So not the vault.
Something that shouldn't possibly be there. The fan.
See his head kind of inclined his chin at you. You see him give a small nod as he turns back towards the line.
Sam will put cleared people, I guess, up here on the top right. And I guess just line up
What's that guy
everyone.
say? Vincent?
I know I'm not.
Sorry.
How can we trust you, though?
No,
I know.
I'll move you. Don't
Yeah.
don't move you, but we're not gonna have space for one singular line. I know that for a fact.
Mhm.
Yeah, keep going.
Hands on his belt, he looks from one end of the line down to the other, slowly scanning each and every one of their faces. I'm not going to roll an insight for every single person. I'm not going to roll an insight at all. He starts walking down the line, drill instructor style.
It is not hard to tell. Silas is nervous.
He smells that on you as he stops in front of you for a moment. and for a moment, you swear you hear him growl, but he keeps walking.
Fucking Silas's ears are pinned back at this point. They're like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Dropping the performance. Oh, you know what? No. Fucking Lady Bellwether, get in line.
Actually, it can assume biomass and animals and shit. So yeah,
Holy
get
shit!
that
it
horse over
can!
there. Get that fucking horse over there.
You sure?
You're-
You
you're
would dare
I mean,
disrespect Lady Bellwether?
Lady
Lady,
Gaga is
would she
looking awful
disrespect me?
suspicious over there.
I don't know if that's Lady Bellwether.
You're walking down the line, you pass someone, you're like, you pass the same person, wait, huh?
Wait a second. Why are there two horses?
So as he's walking down the line, he begins.
I think these two get a free pass, don't they?
Oh yeah,
These two fuckers, yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
You see noble gravitas on Duncan. He literally the
Radiates with
black
divine
hole out in
protection.
the shield. You're just like, yeah, probably.
And assimilate
Fully
that.
real.
We had a revelation not too long ago. A revelation that puts into question the true identity of every single person standing before me now. Vincent and Sajar have been cleared. As clear as I can get them, at least. And Sajar, you see Casa still kind of
A
like
flicker of doubt.
suspicious. A flicker of paranoia, I should say, in your direction, but he...
Zal holds up a hand,
What?
like slowly, like he'll sheepishly, slowly.
Teacher, I have a question. Can I use the bathroom?
If it's slow, he doesn't get to raise it above his shoulder before I go, what? What is it?
He just begins to lower it just as slowly. We were with you when you guys had that happen.
Not the
I don't
whole
know why.
time. You were with us when it happened, but you weren't accounted for by me beforehand.
He just blinks a couple times. I understand what you're getting at, but ain't this a little much?
He
Even-
walks down the line to stand in front of Saul, who is probably like what,
Like
half a foot
taller.
than him.
He's like 6'6" or something like that.
But you have the bigger presence.
Hands still on his belt. He like kind of like moves his head or I guess moves his whole body kind of left and right to like look into his eyes for anything there, and he says, "A bit much, you say? Would you
If
like
there-
to visit some?"
If there's a monster among us, it's gonna get jumped. Unless half the people here are monsters, in which case we're fucked. I get you're afraid of all this and stuff like that, but have some faith in us, for God's sake.
It ain't a matter of faith.
You're gonna feel real fucking stupid when we're all normal.
I'd rather feel stupid and sure than smart and paranoid.
He rolls his eyes. Just remember that we're your friends. You do that for me? Right, whatever test you got going, let's get this over with.
He gives him a squint when he says, "Just remember that we're your friends." Are you?
Not America,
Trying to
for
stay for a
Alexander,
moment.
sorry to say. You hang out for enough?
That's a really good point. He starts walking down the line and he stops in front of America, and he messages her, "What's the deepest conversation we've had?"
I'm sorry to say, I don't think we've ever had one.
With his head, he kind of like jerks it over his shoulder towards where Sajar and Benson are.
She's like, it seems like a weird question. The answer is no answer. So she's like confused by it.
But hey, she knows it.
Mhm.
It's a sad answer.
I guess yeah. I'll just go in order. I'll come back to Zal. Blair. He messages her.
Size differences annoy me. They're all different.
What's up?
The size difference of the tokens keeps bugging me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we had like the grid.
Yeah, because we have a grid, so I'm not gonna turn it on.
She's wearing her armor right now.
Oh yeah, father's armor. Well, her armor with her father's arms.
Mm-hmm.
Papa.
He will message her. Whose arms are those?
My father's.
Thumb over his shoulder. Moves next to Kasai. He keeps walking to Oscar.
As you walk past Kasai, she just whistles, and you can feel the heat at your wings grow immensely hotter.
Thanks, babe.
Oh wait, I still have Hebe in my
Yep.
lantern, right?
You do.
He stops, takes the lantern, holds it up to her, and thumbs over his shoulder.
She takes him. I think she'll let Hebe out, so Hebe like sort of like a fucking fox squirrel from Nausicaa like runs across her arm and sits on her shoulder.
Aw.
Oh.
It yips.
Oh, you know what? He messages Oscar. Not to E5 or whatever the fuck. The winning move that he used to beat him, in that first chess match, which wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, he tilts his head at it, mostly just because like it's an out of nowhere question, but then he realizes what you're asking. I don't know what the move is. I'm not a chess master, so
Yeah, me either.
he responds with the correct move.
This checkmate. Thumbs over his shoulder. Altani. Who invited you to come with us?
Is this a trick question?
He doesn't answer.
This is totally a trick question. You, I guess. She's like, tilted. you.
Thumbs over his shoulder.
Shrug. It's
All right.
She
good.
goes
Morgan.
over to Oscar and like whispers to him, "What was your question?" Give me the answers, Doug. Give me the answers. He just responds, "It was a chess question." Oh, okay. I'm happy I got the one I got then.
That's great. That's great.
Oh my god.
It should sound like it's randomly determined across all of you. Bingo. So,
Morgan.
Oh wait, that's the question.
No.
No. You're just asking like, what's the other name?
Oh, no, because we've already called you Oriana since we got here, so
I feel that's more like an out of game thing to put.
it is more an out of game thing, though. You're right.
I was gonna say Silas absolutely would not. You know how important it is to them.
so wow, what's how?
Silas wouldn't.
If you're uncertain about it, you could just pick a different question.
I will.
Hey, Morgan, how are your parents?
That is what I was thinking.
Go for it.
Yeah, I think he'll ask. Not how are your parents, but what do you think of when I say slime people?
She just
Mom?
she was like looking like straightforward, then he approaches looking him dead in the eyes, and then just the barest hint of a laugh. just stifled. In a weird way home, I suppose. Best way to describe that.
You think that, say that, and he like leans forward, like looks you dead in the eye, moves his head a bit to the right, looks in the other eye, and he gestures with his head over his shoulder. You're good.
She gives a nod and heads over to Altani. All the questions, she didn't fucking expect slime.
He just messaged you slime.
Slime.
Yes, no.
Oh, worm. Oh, slime.
Silas.
I don't know why I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
obviously
worried I'm
that's
not going to
probably
remember
demise.
whatever you. I'm
You
worried I'm not going to remember whatever you. You asked.
I'm the same.
Who was it?
Alec
Very
has
good.
transcended. He has assumed the position of lore master.
Yep.
He's asking a question.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's that primal fear of having a lore question.
It's a Silas lore question. He messages you. Who's your song about?
Oh. I think they'll I can't think of the words. I think the tension, that's the word. I think the tension from their body kind of like relaxes a bit as they respond, Cathal.
Pats you on the shoulder, walks up to Anushka.
Hello.
Oh yeah. Here.
Trying to get over here.
I need to be in line.
Space.
Hmm.
To be fair, I haven't been cleared yet.
Oh, you better be ready. Zal's gonna call you out on it.
Oh yeah.
Anushka.
Should I was in the same mind.
Everyone's there.
Yep.
Plot twist, the shapeshifter's actually him, just has like various knowledge, like just a little bit of knowledge on all of us, enough to ask the questions.
Just enough.
It'd be really funny if it was like the size of an insect in your pocket or something right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, data mining.
Yeah.
As you guys in the past game have learned, a listening device on your person is really powerful. Just ask Acer when he gave you the listening coin.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, remember that coin? He gave you a
I
single
fucking
coin and learned
remember that.
everything about your adventure and quest.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, good times, good times. Anyways,
Yes, indeed. Anyway, yes.
Thinks about the tokens we have in our pocket.
Mhm,
that's crazy.
Anushka,
mhm.
you get a message. Who's at the top of the lighthouse with us?
Celine?
Oh yeah, that was the lighthouse.
What do you
What
think
was
of
the
temple?
Yeah, was it a temple?
The mage tower, or which one are we talking about here?
The
You have
priest,
the
not priest.
Sigillian Keep. You have the Mage Tower, the Academy Tower. There's a lighthouse.
Oh god, I remember the guy's name. Some lore master I am. The theologian.
Oh, you mean where the guy that she shot in the head repeatedly? Oh, what was his name?
No. He means the person that was at the temple that helped you start getting rid
The
of
guy
the
that helped us.
guy.
Yes.
His name's Amaric.
Amaric, thank you.
He studied religion, but he wasn't I guess, a religious person.
Okay. Emmerich.
Oddly enough, I think he looks at your horns, and you see he kind of moves to your left to get a better look on that one that's kind of scuffed.
Oh, yeah. It's got a little...
See if there's any
thing from the jar,
imperfection
yeah.
there. Well, an imperfection in the imperfection.
Yep.
And gives you a nod.
Yep. She'll just sort of like nervously like touch it, like, oh no. Or she gets like somebody sort of concentrates on it, and she'll just kind of nip up.
You take a step away from the line, and he stops you, and he says, "What did he make you do?"
Oh my god, I actually don't remember. It's...
I think you shot something into the water.
Oh fuck yes, it's this tower. Okay. Yeah, I threw my I don't remember what the bloody called. Like, I'm fucking panicked. Fucking forgetting.
If you're innocent, you got nothing to be afraid of.
I don't possibly have the thing.
She gets shot on the spot, even though she's actually Anushka.
Yeah.
I'm innocent. I just have anxiety.
I know. It was the chain thing. I threw it, and then it landed back in my... And then he had it over again?
He waits you off. And we're walking
I don't believe it was a chain. I believe it was a bullet.
It was the bullet.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, fuck, it was a bullet. Was it not the chain?
You're lucky I know that you're...
Yeah!
Because otherwise Alistair would be fucking...
Yeah, I know.
Blasted.
Whatever, man. I mean, I don't even remember my own backstory half the time, so...
No, not exactly something to be proud of.
No.
So, you go to Delvet.
My baby boy.
He just sort of like is very awkward about it.
I think...
Like he's just sort of staring at, which is not this is not the first time you've drove down on Delvet, so.
No, it is not. I think he'll message him. There's quite a bit because he knows quite a bit about Alexander. I think he would message him. Where did my biggest regret take place?
The Hilllands.
Be more specific.
I'm trying to remember the town name.
Vermenton.
Vermenton. Of course, I don't remember. It's French. Vermenton.
Glad you're still with us.
I never left.
Wait. So what you're saying is Alexander's biggest regret is not hitting Delvet?
I was gonna say, you raised your hand to send a message to him. He flinched.
There were two right answers, because if he said any of those ones, then obviously.
Well, this is unfortunately self-deprecating Delvet, so he wouldn't put himself as so high on your radar.
He stops in front of Lizzie, and he walks in front of Amber.
Stops in front of Lizzie. I don't know you.
Visibly deflate at that. Aw. I was gonna see what question you had.
Oh, that's the thing. He's gonna clear Amber first, and then have her clear Lizzie.
She would know better. Yeah.
What does he message Amber? Oh, easy question. He messages her. What's your end goal here? Which I think is verbatim what he asked her about
That was a while
why
ago.
she tried to become. Oh, it was a while ago. Is that too
I believe she told you that she would tell you later, which you found out later. So I guess there's like
If you don't want
a bit of a bypass on that.
If she says the right answer, she can just say the right answer.
Technically, the answer is to be the greatest thief of all time. Because she has to be the greatest thief of all time.
I'll allow it. He gives her a small smirk, which quickly fades away. And then he'll gesture towards Lizzie and say, pleasure.
You see Amber take on this mischievous smirk.
Yeah. He doesn't stick around to hear what the question is.
Those of you that want to hear what the question is, roll your perception.
Let me roll my
Right.
perception.
I mean, I'm a nosy bastard, so.
I don't know if we have guidance. I'm gonna take it on. In case.
No,
Oh,
he
well,
doesn't have that.
Nice.
It should not be advantage, so.
Well, it's just the first roll anyway.
Correct.
Yeah.
Perception, baby. I'll take a 25. But she
Hey,
has really good
nice.
stealth. She has really good stealth.
She's not making too much of an attempt to hide it.
Alright, fair enough.
She asked Lizzie, back when we were younger, those books we read, what did the kittens and puppies mean? Which is a very weird question.
Mm-hmm.
Lizzie has this winning smile. It meant the amount of children you wanted. Okay, she's good.
So many.
Silas, you have an idea of what they're talking about? It's those dumb psychological magazines.
Right.
When you imagine a basket full of kittens and puppies, how many do you imagine? Answers, flips to next page. That's how many children you want.
I said
Jess
87.
has definitely read some of those and been horrified by the answer.
Well,
that one
the
is
side, they're clear.
He stops in front of Violet. Messages her. Who'd you put your blade to when you saw us for the first time? It was Silas. Gives a nod. He doesn't even stop in front of
You're
Yurnoff.
Doesn't know.
Don't know, didn't ask.
He with two fingers motions Vincent forward and points at Yurnoff as he's walking past and says, "Keep an eye on this one." Stops for the Vaso. Who has your book?
I'm trying to remember her name now.
Rachel?
Yeah, it was some basic bitch name.
Let me double check. It's good for my knowledge checks as well.
Right.
Let's see. Got to go dig around my notes. Let's see. Where is he? I didn't scroll down enough. Basso. Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
basic.
Rebecca Morelli.
Close.
Her name's Rebecca.
Gives him a nod. I don't know much about Ajax either. You know what?
You would need Lizzie to Twitter Ajax.
Yeah, because the only question he can think to ask is, "Why are you and Lizzie here?" But
Which is not a good question because they
Yeah.
probably would have been asking.
yeah. So he looks over to Lizzie and just kind of motions his head
You
towards
see
her.
Amber and Lizzie gossiping.
Uh,
To those of you that were listening, you probably heard Amber ask Lizzie, "Do you still have those books?" I have one on me right now. So you look over at Lizzie, and she catches you looking at her. Blinks a couple of times.
Over.
Oh. She goes over and whispers something to Ajax.
he giggles like a girl.
Yeah, he
Because she is a girl.
no, he giggles like a girl.
Oh.
Not very good stealth.
Damn.
Ooh.
That's a shame, Lizzie. That's a shame. I mean, that's fine.
Well,
That's scalding.
New perception to listen, or
No, we can keep the old ones.
nice.
What would the question be? Oh. It would be along the lines of, what did you promise to do after we find the relic after I help you find the relic. You see his posture dip a bit at that. I promise to take you on a shopping trip. He's good. And don't you forget it. She wags a finger at it. Don't you forget.
Morgan has a smirk on her face.
The lion scoots. There
He stops in front of.
Sajar taps you on the
Colas.
shoulder, Alessander, and points to his ear.
Mr. Zhu, what?
When it's Isadora's turn, ask her what I would not do for her.
Gives a small nod. I was just gonna have you do it, but yeah, you know what? I like that. He stops in front of Tolis. Her daemon's out, but we know this thing can
Ooh.
copy the manticore. Fuck. Chimeras.
Copy natural
The worst
stuff.
part is I didn't even catch that was a mistake right away. I was like,
so
yeah, the
annoying.
Manticore. Thank God you didn't say the other one. That's actually
And-
the wrong one.
And did we see it use its breath weapon?
Chimera Core.
It did use his breath weapon. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in fairness, a chimera's
Did it?
breath weapon's physiological.
Yeah, it can
Mhm.
mimic natural things that you could do.
Right.
Like if it has
Um,
natural spellcasting, it could do that,
so-
but it can't
so-
be a wizard.
So watching this daemon kind of fly around with its fiery head is not indicative that she's not Tolis, or that
No, it
she-
would be because they're mentally connected.
right,
It's-
unless
it's a separate creature, right? Like the Watcher at Delwood's Village.
Yeah,
it's a separate
like-
being.
like Tolis, Violet, and the Chimera were.
Yeah, no, it's no different than a familiar, right? So, like, if Kasai is queer because of Hebe, the precedent would be that the Damon, my bad, could do stuff as well.
To be fair, I think the exception with Hebe is that Alessander has had Hebe this whole time.
Mhm.
So you wouldn't notice if Hebe was replaced. At least I hope.
Yeah.
Because we had him
Uh,
back in the
Bad
confectionery.
boyfriend.
Regardless, I think he would ask Tolis, what were you before River Company? You know what? You wouldn't say River Company. What were you before you joined?
She tilts her head at that. I haven't really changed all that much. I was an acolyte, I guess. I was probably more of a coward. She looks away at that.
He squares up. What was your profession?
No, I'm trying to remember. I don't think she's ever listed a profession.
Yeah, the most she did was be a smuggler.
I was gonna say
A
it's
human
exactly that, isn't
trafficker.
it? No,
They
no.
wanted to be trafficked.
The thing is, like, that's not a job. That's just something she did out of the good of her heart,
Mhm.
right? So when you say profession, that's like your professional career, right? So
Okay, in that case, you probably wouldn't say profession.
Hobby.
You'd probably say,
It's your
what
pastime.
did you do before you joined?
I traveled around the world, visited small towns with my mentor.
Insight check.
Roll insight.
Get a bardic.
I already put it on. A D8, right?
Mhm.
Oh.
22.
Mhm.
She's not really sure what the answer you're looking for is. Like, she thinks she's been pretty truthful.
She'll see him. His hand kind of shifts on his belt. He doesn't put his hand on Imperator, but he shifts his hand. And he'll say, oh, fuck, what would he say instead? Oh, I know. Where did you go when we all split up? When I went to Silfwall?
Arstonia, City of the Faith. I was looking for information on him. Looks at the demon. Daemon, my bad. It flares in intensity.
And as it flares, Alessander kind of deflates as he lets out a breath he didn't know he was holding. He almost weakly motions over towards Delvet specifically.
Get your boo thing.
And he stops in front of Iverson. And he'll message him. Can a shape changer change their mental voice?
He actually thinks on that first.
He's like, fuck, I don't know.
You know, I've never really thought about that. It's never really come up. Let me see. He tries to change his mental voice, but it just comes out as him every time.
Hmm?
Did this work? No, it doesn't sound right. Does this work? No. Sorry.
Send another sending. Send another sending. I got this one.
Hold on.
I think I'll
Another one.
incite this.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a trick. Make sure Bardic is off. There we go.
Nice.
Solid. That's solid.
It's the same number as last
The 9
time.
and the 3,
Yep,
he
literally,
switched.
You've given him an interesting question now. He's never had to use his mental voice to trick other people in his occupation, mostly because it's very specific. But now he's gonna probably try to learn how to.
I can really fuck with someone.
For the
I can
few
superstar.
times it might come up. It's a fun practice.
Maybe save that for later, bud.
Maybe not prove that you can do that at this exact second.
Then he'll just say out loud. Guess it takes practice then. You won't wish for him to move. He can do that presumptuously if he wants. He moves in front of Isadora.
Man.
Message. What wouldn't Sajar do for you?
Isadora has always this sort of like porcelain doll-esque demeanor to her. She's just very calm and tranquil. A gentle smile pretty often finds its way onto her face. Right now she's neutral, but you do see that porcelain mask, quote-unquote, crack a bit. A little glimmer of sadness peeking through the crack. There's nothing he wouldn't do for me. Although I wish he would put his own limits on it.
Look over to Sajar. Message him. She says nothing. Though she wishes
She's right.
She wishes you'd limit yourself. You can say she's right. He gives a sigh. He looks at her and gives a shrug. If it's good enough for Sajar. Motions over towards him. Moves to Hafren.
Oh, I forgot. Wait, hold on. Someone else I need.
Hafren has a little buddy, doesn't she?
In the
Amigo.
same way, yeah, like Kisai and Tolis do. Where's?
I was
Looks like
gonna
they
ask,
are,
where's
boy.
Oswald?
Fucks your
I never
memory.
remember where I fucking put the. I should just put it like in the same folder as.
Yeah.
No, fuck it. I could just look up. I could just look up Blackwater.
I like the Afrin's token border. I always have.
Mhm.
So the captain. There you go. Yar.
Oh, amazing thing.
Give me your
No, there.
He doesn't message her. He reaches out towards Oswald and passes a hand through him.
Oh, stop that! You'll be ticking me funny bones.
Is this Hafren?
Who the fuck else would it be?
Anyone else?
Nay, Captain. Nay.
Or if it's like,
Is he here? No, he's saying nay to his proposition of this her being someone else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is her.
Then she's good.
What am I good for? I got my suspicions, but we'll cover that later. I'm sure.
Nothing. I'm kidding.
Then he doesn't move because Zal's right there. He just moves his body 90 degrees.
There you go, slip it down. Yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
You know you're petty saving me for last, just saying.
Yeah.
He looks behind him towards like where the ghost of the line that he just killed is, and he says, "I was just going counterclockwise."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Who do we lose?
Damn.
Oh man.
Oh,
Make him
that's
confront
so
it.
bad.
Make him confront it.
Oh my god.
You asshole.
Oh.
Punch him.
So mean.
Punch him. Punch him.
Mhm.
Punch him.
Deserves it.
Do it.
I feel that would also be a proper answer.
Oh no.
We
Oh,
lost
shit.
date. And let it be known, I really want to punch you right now.
Good man.
Gives a nod.
We're with him.
All right, now hold on now, don't you be walking off. How do we know you're good?
Says Pikachu faces.
Oh, you never thought of that one.
What?
That's right, Alexander. They should clear us too.
I'm kidding.
Funnily enough, since it takes its the whisk, as I call it, the wolf in sheep's clothing is my notes designation for it. Alexander is the most susceptible one for it to steal talents from, because a lot of his elements aren't magically based; they're physiologically based.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah.
If it
Wow.
gets if it mimics you, it can fan the hammer. Maybe more so because it has a higher prof than you.
It's
So-
better than
That's how we know if it's really him. If he starts fucking hamming.
him.
Hamming the banner.
Starts going ham on fanning the hammer.
He
Well,
really
it could
is
just it
schizophrenic.
could just sandbag. Easy, right?
Easy.
Anyways,
I guess you don't know.
all right. When we met you, who we lose?
I believe his name was Brendan.
All right, he's good. See, ain't that hard, man. Ain't that hard. He walks over to you, sir. When we were in Duvros the first time, you went off to some fucking wall in the hole in the wall,
There it is.
and you made yourself something. What'd you make? Something heavy. Something made of gold. What was the shape?
Go on. Say it.
You hear Amber whisper to Lizzie, I think he's giving way too many hits. It's fine, it's fine. He wants to get this done quickly.
That's great.
Fuck, what did I make?
Should make a golden heart.
The heart.
Gotta figure it out.
Yeah,
The heart.
we had a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
What's that?
When you guys are in Duvros, yeah.
Yeah.
Big, heavy made of gold,
You're-
made the heart.
Technically made a number of different things, but the one that's why he had to keep adding traits to it. Something heavy and made of gold. Because if he just said made of gold, there's some items you made for the party which had gold in them. So he's like, shit, can't just say that. So it had to be heavy because it was big.
When we were in Duvros, how many people walked in on you having a bath?
That wasn't there for
Too many.
I know, but that's all I was thinking
enough.
of.
Oh, it was great.
I'm legit struggling to remember here. It was a
It was a
heart,
gold- it
was it?
Yeah, it was a heart, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a heart. Thanks.
Alright, he's good. But what about that one? Was it enough?
We all turned to look at him slowly.
Pitchforks come out pockets.
Can we clear him?
Really don't.
You
think
guys
so.
do hear a sigh from Lizzie as like this because it's taking a bit. She's I really hope we don't have to do this every time we meet back up in camp.
Fuck with damn
Don't
thing,
worry.
lads.
Don't worry. I know a technique. You do? Mm-hmm.
Ajax does?
Twinsy and Wayward's doing with shape changers? Not the first time.
Yes! In that case, Alexander just walks up to Yurnov.
He takes a knee and just sort of prostrates himself. Whatever you see fit.
He messages him. What does he message him? Oh,
What's your favorite color?
no. I think he just messages him, since the only thing he has to go off of is the theory that your mental voice can't change if you're your shape changer, easily at least. He just asks him simply, "What did you find in the sewers?"
Mm.
Now it actually gets to me rolling for them.
Mm-hmm.
What did they find in the sewers? They would be using the highest investigation rolls,
What a good transition.
which would be Ajax.
So not
You're enough.
Your Amber will be jacked.
Amber didn't go with them in the sewers.
Oh, I'm like saying, don't worry about me.
Worried about you?
There's Zuranoff, Oscar, Vaso, Ajax. Yeah, so it would probably be Ajax. So that'd be 4. So 10. Oh, I forgot to put a. Oh, it's gonna hit backspace. Awkward. There. Oh well, there you go. 24. I guess I could have just added 10 to the.
To previous
We'll do that one. We'll do that. We'll do the 29.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. We found traces of abductions. Clues left behind by someone passing through. Never caught them, me and mine, before. I suppose just weren't looking hard enough.
I'll interrupt
Right
him
on.
by kind of holding the hand out to get him to his feet.
He looks up and looks at the hand for a moment, and then slowly goes and takes it. You pull him up.
Mm-hmm.
Throw him on the ground.
Sewer team, you found traces of abductions down there?
That's right. Old drag marks, but the sewers are pretty untraversed. So, Vasa chimes in. When you make a trail through shit, the shit hardens and just sort of stays there. You could see some number of
Unfortunate experience.
this lineup
Oh,
just
yeah.
go like visibly grimace at you.
Yeah, yeah. In the back, just like, oh my god.
Silas shudders like, ugh.
Yeah, yeah. just
Morgan-
Lizzie
Nodding
takes a
like,
step away from
nice,
Ajax
why
and
is it finished?
prestidigitate queen.
It's very, so very
You go over the Lady Bellwether.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Lady Bellwether.
I look for any intelligence behind those eyes. As I ask, how far did you follow?
Because I can translate for you because you can speak with animals.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't exactly get that far, I'm afraid, before you guys called us back. They lead towards, well, they lead out of town. There are a couple of different splits it went. Some towards the exteriors of town, southward. We think it might outlet into the moats, and you're enough remarked that the other trail leads towards the water. Which isn't surprising to hear that there's an outlet for the sewers into the water. That's like saying if you keep following the road, you'll eventually hit
Get to the
an
ocean.
intersection.
He's giving a nod, listening. And he'll just whisper to Kasai, ask her who was with the bald man when we were on the road to the Gordon.
She speaks in Nevros. That's the thing. She doesn't like mimic a horse neighing, right? It just sort of translates across. Lady Bellwether does like do that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
Let's see. On your guys' way to the Cordon, the bald man, or someone who was with the bald man.
Yeah. So who was with Keenan? Who the
Yeah.
other
Yeah, it was Keenan, right?
It would have been like I think we should give multiple answers. Should remark, dwarf.
He says she neighs dwarf and laughs really, really hard.
Short king.
Stamp her foot. Yeah, dwarf. He nods. And strokes her muzzle, her snout, whatever it is. Her long face.
Pushes her snoot towards you angrily. How dare you defy! Eat your hands.
How dare
That's
you
how you-
question my pedigree?
That's how you actually verify it's her.
Yeah.
Just the audacity.
It's almost like it's an animal thing.
So did all that, and
Everyone's
out of
clear.
character, we don't even know if this thing's able to like assimilate memories, which would
Yeah, we got no clue.
Which would
I mean,
have
it's the-
a major wrench in the situation, huh?
but
Mhm.
it
That's better,
gives
yeah.
us something. That's
It's
why
all
I was,
social
Satisfied.
security.
that's why I was trying to aim for things that were pretty far back.
Yeah.
Though I hiccuped on some of those. But regardless,
It's okay, we forgive you.
so that's what sewer
Unless
team.
someone does.
Office team. Did you get anything?
Well, we didn't break in yet. It's not even sundown yet. He's still in his office. Scoped out the place.
Think you can get in later.
Easy.
Anyone you want to bring along?
I don't know. Maybe someone that can actually help. And Lizzie gets this like faux offended look on her face.
Damn.
I don't know.
We're digging.
Maybe someone that's like really big and strong. Looks over at Ajax.
Absolutely
I'm
stunning.
fucking with you guys. Yeah, I can make it in. You want to come along, Liz? Sure. Can't see why not. Sounds like fun. Before anyone heads out, we might need some help. Looks at Amber as he says that. Twins in Wayward had a certain practice when we knew there was a shape changer around, or some of the more paranoid captains kept the practice going all the time. Depends on the zone. We're kept pretty abreast of information from the Seekers, so we usually had an idea when the threat was around. There's a sort of alchemical mark, sort of like an enchanted item, independent of you, can't be copied. Not unless you're willing to paint it on themselves. So if we put it somewhere that's not visible, they won't know it's there. So, assuming Amber rolls well enough, Ajax still roughly knows the recipe for this alchemical mark. There's a catch, though.
Mm-hmm.
It takes an attunement slot.
Ooh. Let's see here.
I have one free.
I mean, I'm fine. I've got free attunement slot, so.
I got 4 full. So I'll unattune from the Cloak of Displacement. I'll unattune from Imperador. Just kidding.
You fool.
She doesn't have it yet. She's gonna have to make it under Ajax's instruction. But that is something that Ajax would kick in for us. This is not the first time shape changes had to be dealt with. He does remark, as like, you know, you guys are, we'll go deeper into the investigation stuff in a sec, but he does also remark, and not to put a cloud over us, but there are some shape changers that can read minds. He looks at you, Alexander. So whatever answer you're hoping for, they could read it out of you.
That's what I was afraid of. Each and every one of you gets a paranoid glitch from Alexander.
Silas looks nervous again.
Ajax, can you like shut up before you make it worse for all of us and we gotta do a second round?
Silas is embodying like, oh god, I hope I didn't accidentally do a crime whenever you passed by.
Literally. No,
Oh,
literally.
yeah.
Silas is just me. I'm always afraid of doing things without knowing.
Paranoid.
Paranoid
Do
in
they
a
bleed
different
the
sense.
same blood we do?
They don't actually.
I think that might be a cue for Morgan to pop in. It's like, actually, the biology's a bit different. When I I have a blind sense, so I can detect heartbeats, breathing, such like that when they're nearby. They operated differently. They didn't really have a heartbeat, for lack of a better term. And from being nearby everyone here seems fine. Although I'm not a medical profession, so I don't know if it could be mimicked.
So what you're suggesting, we cut ourselves, like, we slice ourselves open every time we meet up?
No.
Not every time.
Because that would be very inconvenient.
Yeah, it would.
I know, and
But
sore,
there
not to
is-
mention.
It is another
Yeah.
avenue we can use to prove
Course.
we are who we say we are. That said, every single person here is gonna take Ajax's mark.
Which is fine.
Just have to think of what I'm going to leave behind.
Everybody is counting. At the double-digit mark, she just sort of slows her counting. 11, 12. She hits
You're
20.
gonna be busy.
20.
Keeps
God damn it. Fine. Get another alchemist in here.
Can anyone assist her in this?
Toss holds up a hand.
You're on it then. And the cursory glance around. Really, two alchemists, really, huh? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
There are 2 intelligence-based people
Um,
here. Well, 3, I guess.
Yep. I could probably
Violet
not get that.
can pick up the knowledge, technically,
Hmm.
but she'd have to do it over a long rest, after a long rest,
Nah.
so...
No.
Yeah, it's sort of really... Iverson. Iverson can help.
Let's forget.
You
Iverson
bet your
told
ass he has
him-
he has spiked people's drinks with acid before.
Yeah.
God! That is...
He's called the shifter. You think he fights fair?
You should be.
Imagine fighting fair. Couldn't be me. I'm strong.
Yeah, so I guess they'll be on
Alchemy duty.
Alchemy.
Just
It's
shimmy
actually how you
bells.
say alchemy in French.
Alchemy.
Are you speaking
Actually.
Swedish now, Alec?
You've now completed this lesson. You gain Swedish proficiency.
Congratulations.
I guess I'll unattune from the Cloak of Displacement for now.
Let me make sure I mark this down.
Alcindor and Silas both become less blurry.
Oh, finally, I can actually look at you again. Eyes were
Oh,
clear.
it's been so long!
What is that?
Wait,
A
you guys
30
are having a hard time looking at me from that?
Is that a 36?
Of course we were.
Puts it back on. I hate being observed.
All the cloak in this
Oh.
basement does. About
Yeah.
all the time.
I know.
She gets it done pretty fast.
God damn.
Shit.
I mean, are we that surprised? It's